Hello, bonjour. My name is Joany, and I want to welcome you to the new belly dance for complete beginners. And what got me really inspired to do these series, and it'll be 12 weeks long, is I was in Mexico, Cancun, just before the holidays, and a young, wonderful, beautiful lady mentioned to me that she was doing the videos, and she had some hard time, and she said it was a little bit advanced for her because she's totally new, and so I'm like, I was kind of in shock because I thought I made it simple enough, but she inspired me to do these series so I'm able to break down the movements even more. And every week you'll have a shape of a movement, a particular movement that you'll be able to practice during the week. And I want this to be so for those of you who's never belly danced before, or even done any dance movement before, or even yoga or martial art, that this will help you to be able to know your body more and move fluently, and grab something comfortable and let's belly dance. We're going to check into our posture. So first we need to kind of put our weight. Where does it go? Like our upper body, all this weight, is it on the heels or on the ball of your feet? It's mostly on the arch, and that's the strongest part in your feet. Okay, so we're going to go and find our balance. This is where you're going to be stronger. It's finding our balance. So if you're going too far back, you're going to lose balance. Or go too much to the front, same thing. Try to find your balance. Okay, once you have it, we're going to start bringing our arms up. Deep breath in, up. And right here, I want you to let go, breathe out, and let the arms sit on the shoulder blades. That's where your wings are. Okay, now slowly bring your arms down. Nice and slow. And now we're going to frame your beautiful hips. Okay, so from here, and again, if you find that your feet are too close and you're going to, doing the slides, you might feel a bit out of balance, you could bring it just maybe hip or shoulder width apart. Okay, I want you to be comfortable. Now we're going to start and just slide your hip to the right. So when you're sliding the hip to the right, all you're doing is kind of shifting the weight more on the right foot. Okay, and you're using the muscles here, the oblique muscle, and usually it's the opposite. So this is kind of contracting and pushing the hip away of its center. And you're going to feel a nice stretch at the same time. So we're going to come back to the center, and slowly we're going to go to the left side. We're going to shift the weight to the left side. Okay, and you're going to feel this here. One of the things, I don't want you to bend the knees or anything like that. Just keep your knees straight. And we all have different range of motion, meaning that if you've never done this before, you might be very tight, which when I started, I was very tight because I had a sedentary job. So this is pretty much all I would do. This is all I can do without feeling discomfort. And the goal is not to force the movement, is to move, but comfortably, okay? So side to side, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Another thing that might help you with your posture, if you're kind of arching the back this way, you're going to feel this in your lower back. So kind of tuck the pelvic in just a little bit. Engage the lower muscles to kind of tuck the pelvic in, and now your back is a bit longer. You want to keep this lifted. When you're putting too much pressure on the hips, when you're rounding like this, it's actually not good for your hip. You're putting way too much pressure. So in order to kind of make it more light, lift, like there's a puppet, you're pulling your rib cage up. And that's why when you do this movement, come back to this. Breathe in, let go. And then when you bring your arms down, this stays up. It's just the arm coming down. Now this is a maximum rhythm, so we're going to follow that maximum rhythm. So we're going to slide 2 counts to the right and 2 counts to the left. So we're going to go on the doom to go 1, 2, switch, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow. Now, as you're warming up this area, you might feel like you're going to be able to go a little bit further without stress. I want you to feel this on your feet. Feel that weight going from one side to the other. Now again, if you feel any strain in your lower back, make the range of motion smaller. I'm just going to follow the rhythm. Breathe into the movement. You can breathe when you slide to the right. Breathe out when you're sliding to the left. Okay, so now we're going to go into the chest slide. So we're going to go and put our hands here so we isolate the muscles. And this, sometimes it's a little bit more challenging because a lot of times we put a lot of the pressure and stress on the shoulders, so this area gets really tight. Okay, so this is a good way to kind of use to isolate, so then you're not moving your hips. So hold your hips and just slide the ribcage to the right, slide center to the left. So it's like you have a puppeteer pulling on your ribcage. And again, we all have different range of motion, so if you need to go smaller without strain, go ahead. Do not force the movement. Again, we're going to follow that rhythm. So on every doom, you go to one side to the other. Good. Now we're going to go back to the hip slide. 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 Keep going. Listen to the rhythm. Now in the hip slide, we're going to shift the weight on one foot. So let's put the weight all on the left. Okay, and you lift the right heel up. Try to bring your thighs close together. So just to show you the feet. So I don't want you to bring that heel down. Keep it there. Okay, and put some weight on the ball of your feet. But most of the weight is all, so I would say 90% on your left and then 10% on the ball of your right foot. So if you have to, you can soften your knees a little bit. If you're standing leg, soften the knee if it's too hard locked. But you want to make sure that this pelvic is not outside. Bring it underneath the ribcage. And we're going to do the slide just on this side. So I want you to just kind of pull out and bring it in. And just go as far as you can. And in. And out. And in. Out. In. Now switch. Same thing, same posture. Keep your Not legs separated, keep close together. Okay, again, let's go back to our posture. Deep breath in, up. Relax. Okay, so you're not relaxing like this. You're still keeping your nice tall posture. You're relaxing the arms on the shoulder blade. Very important. And now bring your arms down. Keep the chest lifted. Okay, and bring it out and in. And out and in. Now, if this is all you can do is this, that's fine. Movement is improvement. Okay? Keep moving. Now we're going to go back to the chest line. Isolate the muscle. Keep your hands on the hips. Breathe into it. I love working around this area. It really expands my breath. I could feel it. The lungs are expanding. And now from here, we're going to go to the neck. So I want you to bring your hands up. Now we're going to slide our right ear to the right elbow, center, left. Slide to the right, left. This is good to bring more flow into your head. All right, one more time. Bring it down. So back to the hip area. We're going to go back to the slide, following the rhythm. So again, I want to emphasize, if you find any strain in your lower back, make the movement smaller. Do not force it. Now we're going to focus only on the right side. I want you to bring the weight on your left foot. And then I want to bring that heel up on Relevé. So we're going to bring that hip out to the side. And this time I want you to step out and kind of push to the side. Step in, a little push. Step out, push out. So we're going to go 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's switch. Shake it out. Same thing. Boom. Slide out. Bring the foot in. And again, you want to put 10% of your weight on the ball of your foot, but the rest is most on here. One more time. Now just flat foot. Okay, we're going to start walking with this. So, because we've been on the spot for a while. I want you to feel that weight change. And that's why I always say it's really important to feel the weight change from one foot to the other. Because when you start traveling with traveling steps, you need to know where the weight is going. So right now the weight is all on the right foot. This foot is free to move forward. Okay, so that's step flat foot. Now let's put all the weight on the left foot. And notice I'm still keeping the slide, so it's like I'm centered and then woo, I'm sliding. Now the weight is on the left foot. Now this foot is free to move forward. Switch the weight on the right foot. And now the left foot is ready to move forward. And I'm adding the slide. Let's go back. Left, right, left, right. So it's really important to put the weight first, then slide. Put the weight first and then slide. Put the weight on the foot first and slide. walk forward. Back, right foot. Forward. Now hold it here, side to side. I'm gonna focus on counts now. So this is 2 counts per sway or slide. This is a 4/4 rhythm. So is that done already? So I'm gonna go and put that back on. Okay. So going back to the 4/4 rhythm, we're doing 2 counts per slide. So we're going 1, 2, and then finish the 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's double count. Now, if I want to go single count, what I mean by that is every time I listen to the rhythm, I want to slide my hip on single count. So instead of going double count 1, 2, 3, 4, I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice the dooms are on the 1 and on the 3. The attack is mostly on the 2 and the 4. 1, 2, da, 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 da. Single counts. Keep practicing. Now I'm going to keep practicing this, but this time we're going to go on Relevé. We're just going to bring our right foot up. Okay, so this is also known as the classical pose, but you're going to go and press the dooms, doom, tack, and doom, tack to the side. So the first 1, 2, and then on 3, bring it up. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the heel elevated. Try not to bring it down. Keep it up. Now back to basic pose where you're just going to slide. Weight on both feet, but when you're sliding, just the weight shift. This is 2 counts. Now single counts. You ready? 2, 3, 4. And now let's repeat on the left side. Bring the heel off the floor. Keep your thighs close when you're doing the first. You're going to go doom, tap, doom, tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now back to basic pose, double count. Now single count. 1, 2, 3. And breathe into this, and don't forget to relax your jaw when you're doing hip movement. Okay, so now we're going to go and try this on our chest. So isolate, we're going to go double count and then single count. Okay, these are single counts. Now we're gonna go and this is double count, sorry. Now we're gonna single count. Now the dooms will be on the right side and the attack on the left. So 2, 3, 4. And then if you want to, try to do this without the hands on your hips. But again, if you're having a hard time, put your hands on your hips, go back. This is a good way of doing this when you're sitting, because when you're sitting, you're not moving your hips, you're isolated even more. So try it sitting down. One more time, arms up if you can. Now back to single counts to the hip. Now get ready. We're going to start walking forward. Keep your feet flat on the ground so you're not kind of heel ball. Just keep it flat up, flat down, flat up, flat down. But the most important thing is to know when to initiate. It's when the weight is off, and that's when you start doing the steps. So if you want to start with the right foot, you want to make sure the weight is on the left and there's no weight here. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Add the hip slide to one side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now back to basic. Now we're going to add it to the left side. Hold it here. Get ready? And 1, 2. One more. Okay, now we're gonna double the count, meaning these are gonna be half counts. So you're gonna go a little bit faster. So you go double, 2, 3, 4. Now single. So you're gonna double it up the speed. That's what I meant. The speed by going half time. So you're gonna hit every count on the right side. Okay, for now, and then we'll try the left. So it's gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Relax, check it out. It's a little bit more challenging and more advanced, but if you find that, again, you have any strain in your lower back, please go back to the double count, go back to the single count. And then when you start getting into the faster movement, you'll notice the range is going to go even more smaller, and that's normal, okay? So I'm going to go double, single, and then half time. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now half. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Shake it out. Okay, now we're going to do the left side. So deep breath in, posture. Always get into your posture. Relax the shoulders on your shoulder blade, the arms on the shoulder blades. Tuck this in a little bit, but keep this lifted. Now let's go to the left side and double count. 1, 2, So we're doing the counts leading from the left side. And now we're going to go single counts. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And now half time. You ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 shake it out. So that was a lot of practice. So I hope you kind of get the movements into your body, and the more you practice, and that's what you want to do. You want to practice as much as you can so the movement becomes engraved into your body. Okay? I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful week.